Hi everyone, Mark here and welcome back to Road to Blues. And in today's lesson number 6, we're going to be starting off on soloing. The first 5 lessons were pretty much dedicated to the rhythm and some little lead lines. Now we're getting into the bad soloing. Right, okay, so first things first, you need to know a blues scale. This is one of the elements that's used when you're soloing, okay? There are lots of other things which we're going to be going through over the next few lessons, but just so that you can get started and create some solos, let's do the scale first. So far we've done most things in the key of G, and today's no exception. We're going to do this in the key of G, alright? A G blues scale, okay? So, you'll kind of find that this is the same as that pentatonic minor scale, but we're just going to add in what's known as the flattened 5th note, but we're going to get to that in a second. Okay, so we're playing on the bottom string, a G, a B flat, 3 and 5. On the 5th string, a C, D flat and D, 3, 4, 5. On the D string, on the 4th string, F and G, 3 and 5. On the G string, 3, 5, 6, that's a B flat, a C and a D flat. We're kind of copying what we've already done now, yeah? Alright. And 3, 6, second string, that's a D and an F. And then finally G. That's a G blues scale. Okay. So you might think, right, well, how the hell am I supposed to solo using that scale? The secret is know where your root notes are, okay? So, if you've just started out and you don't know what a solo is, okay, have a listen to any blues song. Just go onto YouTube, type in Robert Johnson or Eric Clapton or Cream, and just click on one of the top videos that's there. All these songs are just things that you just have to listen to, and you're going to get so much just from listening to those songs. And within the songs, you'll kind of hear these blue notes, these passing notes. That kind of thing. That kind of stuff, alright? The more you can listen to that, the better, and then you can approach this with the knowledge that you know how it should sound, so then when you play it, and it sounds right to you, you're like, yeah, this is cool, this stuff's working, alright? Okay, so, like I said, knowing where your root notes are, that is going to be a massive part of it, because anything that you play, as long as you finish on a root note, you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff, alright? Even if you play some wrong notes. Okay, so in this case, we're in the key of G, so our G notes, our root notes, are the first note that you play, the last note that you play, and the middle note that you play. That's 5th fret on the 4th string, by the way. So you play along, you play anything, right? There you go. There's a little phrase for it. That's kind of a little solo without even trying to be a solo, just because I'm finishing on that root note. If I did this, it doesn't sound finished, does it? There's nothing there that kind of tells your ear that it's done, yeah? Alright? So that's the important part of finishing on a root note. You can play pretty much anything as long as it finishes there, alright? I'm just coming down the scale, 3 notes, and then just playing the root note again, yeah? Something like that. Like you can advance it and take it to that next level and play it faster. And if you've been playing for quite a while, then you can probably do that. But what I'm saying is, initially, you can play anything, just go down a few notes in the scale, go up a few notes in the scale, but then land on a root note, and it will sound really, really good. Next point, right. Don't finish on the blue notes. Now these are those flattened fifth notes that I was talking about at the start. Basically, just go back a few videos to, I think it was lesson number 2 or 3, or even 4 even, where we were talking about the major scale and the different degrees of the major scale, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If none of this makes any sense, then you'll need to go back over some of the first lessons from the course, alright? But those of you that are following me, good, you've actually been watching. Alright, so the fifth note above G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is a D, okay? Now in this blues scale, we've got a D flat note, which is, you've probably worked it out already, is a flattened fifth note, okay? It's a wrong note basically, but it sounds really good to pass in between the fourth and the fifth note, okay? You know when you hear this thing in a blues kind of song where you're going, play it again. Can you hear it? Yeah. So I'm using that flattened fifth chord, flattened fifth note twice. So I used it to come down, and I used it to go up again. And it just sounds kind of wrong, but it's right. Again, it's one of these devil notes that they used to talk about back in the early 1900s. Which is great because these days it sounds good, right? And then also that they use flattened fifth notes now in metal music. So if you ever listen to like Metallica or Slayer, or to a greater extent some neoclassical stuff like Joe Stump and even Steve Vai, they're kind of using all that kind of flattened fifth stuff to really accent everything, and it sounds wrong, but then they resolve it to something that sounds right. It sounds really, really cool. Okay, so don't land on those root notes. Use them as passing notes, okay? I'm not going to go through all these licks with you now because I want you to work out your own licks, okay? And start really slow and then build up. I do actually incidentally have some beginner, intermediate and advanced licks on my website. If you did want to specifically learn licks, that's www.randlesonguitar.co.uk. But for now, just make up your own, try and kind of incorporate what I've said, so landing on the roots, the root notes, and then try and just pass between some of those flattened fifth notes. Okay, that's a good start for you guys, so I'll see you in lesson number 7, where we're going to be continuing some of the soloing ideas and taking it to a slightly different level now, minor and major third intervals, which is going to be pretty cool. Alright, don't forget to subscribe, and also you can find me on Facebook, that's Mark Randleson Guitar Tuition, and also log on to www.randlesonguitar.co.uk for those licks that I was talking about, and also any comments that you wanted to leave. There are comment boxes there for you to leave them, and I do try and read all my comments, okay? Right, see you soon guys, Mark out for now.